Hello guys, this is Edison Gotan once again and welcome back to Tech&Ed Tech Talks. And syempre, hindi pwedeng mawala ang aking partner, no? Of course, Cyrus Ofina, pasok!
Hello guys. How are you? I hope you're doing fine kahit extended ang modified enhanced community
Whatever
quarantine.
you call
So,
it, no? Cyrus, still extended. At syempre, we take this opportunity, no? Para syempre, nasa bahay lang tayo,
mhm,
sama-sama
mhm.
tayo, and we're
Yep.
able to actually think about more things, no? Na hindi mo nagagawa when you are actually outside because
Yes.
syempre, marami distraction eh.
Mhm,
'Di
mhm.
ba? But
Yep.
of course, dahil nasa bahay lang tayo for the past few weeks, no? And
Mhm.
napanood din natin yung mga bago, no,
Oh,
sa IT industry. And for the
yes.
past few weeks, we're looking at, the latest lineup from Apple computers, no?
Yes. Yummy.
Yes, yummy. Well, a lot of us, 'di ba? Well, it's ano eh, for some people, Apple is the best, no, when it comes to mobile phone. We have the iPhone. I mean, a lot of
Yeah.
people loves iPhone, 'di ba? They
Mhm.
treat it as the
Yes.
best in the industry. And of course,
Yes.
di lang naman yun ang product ni Apple. Meron pang mga iMac, Mac Mini, MacBook Pro, MacBook
Yeah. Yeah.
Air, uh,
Tablets.
yeah, iPad Pro. Well,
Yep.
it's all starts with I, no? 'Di ba?
Yeah. I.
Yes. Ang tanong na lang is, will I buy it?
Yun ang magandang question. Kaya yun yung
Yan.
pag-uusapan natin ngayon kung ano ba yung mga worth it bilhin or yung mga hindi mo na dapat bilhin sa brand ng Apple.
Yes, tama ka diyan, Cyrus. And of course, ngayon, anong month na ba ngayon? May, no?
It's
Almost
May.
May pa. Papunta na tayo sa June. Almost mid-year na tayo and konting
Oh my
kembot na lang.
gosh.
Per months
Kaya,
na naman, 'di ba?
kaya pala merong meme na si Jose Maricha na naman like ang init na no, 4 months na lang.
Tama ka diyan. And of course, hindi na natin muna hihintayin 'yon, no? Kasi, well, let's start with the sabi ko nga kanina, pinakamaraming gumagamit ng Apple products, eh, itong tinatawag nating iPhone. And last week,
Yes.
no, nakita natin yung ni-launch ni Apple na bagong color ng iPhone
Mhm.
12.
Yes.
And ano
And
bang kulay yon? Purple.
it's the purple and mostly mga kilala kong girls gustong-gusto nila yung kulay na yon. Meron
Yes.
silang mga iPhone and binibilan nila ng case which is yung purple color. So since nilabas ni iPhone 12 and yung phone nila like the iPhone 12 and the iPhone 12 mini which is yung new color nila is the purple.
Pero if you would ask me, worth it bang bumili ng purple na iPhone where in fact na a lot of us is actually covering it with, hard case or leather case?
Uh, uh Well, it really depends on the person kung talagang ano siya, yun yung gusto niyang kulay, 'di ba? Kung 'di ba
Mm.
if you have the money naman talaga, then buy it.
Well,
Pero
syempre kaya well,
if you have the iPhone 12 na,
we assume that you
eh
have the money because you can afford iPhone 12.
nope, hindi pa ako naka-iPhone 12. I'm still using my 11 Pro.
Still on iPhone. That's the bottom line there. Pero
Yep.
ang number one question lang naman dyan, no? Is it worth it to buy the case or literally just buy the iPhone and have a transparent case? Or, well,
Mhm.
I know some people hindi talaga nagki-case kasi nga they want to
Mhm.
show to the people na, hey, I have this color, whatever
Mhm.
iPhone, no, in their hands, no?
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
a lot of people then na really literally they're investing on cases, no, kasi nga they
Of course.
a lot of times they're clumsy and
Uh-huh.
they actually drop their iPhone, no, and marami na tayong friends na nasira ng iPhone dahil na drop lang nila.
Siyempre, iPhone is not that cheap.
Not
Tandaan
that
natin
cheap
'yan.
and it's very fragile,
Mhm.
'di ba? I mean, pag nabagsak mo siya, especially semento, good luck. And
Yeah.
I think the repair cost would be at least half the
Mhm,
price.
parang bumili ka na rin ng bagong phone.
Hindi naman totally kasi siyempre we're talking about, well, if you have the high-end iPhone, we're
Yeah.
talking about almost 100,000 na eh, 'di
Yes.
ba? But
And
kumbaga
it really
still
depends on the capacity.
correct. Pero siyempre hindi naman lahat ng iPhone eh binibili ng cash. Some of them
Yes.
are bought with the plan, no? And the good thing
Yep.
lang kasi sa case ko sa Globe, no? I think they have some sort of like an insurance thing, no? That wherein you
Mhm.
pay small amount monthly. So if something happened to your phone, they would replace it or they would have it fixed for free. Parang ganon.
Tama. Tama.
So, well,
Or you can also buy it using your credit card and pay your bank monthly.
we're talking about the repair, no? There's also ano, the Apple Care, 'di ba?
Yeah, that's the insurance of like the insurance of Apple.
Well, it's nice to have, but sabi nga nila, is it really worth
Mm,
it? Kasi parang I saw somebody talking about, well, depende siguro, no, kung maingat ka. Kasi
mm,
sabi nga nung iba, I've been using Apple products for the past 10 to 15 years. And
mm,
if you compute the monthly cost of Apple Care, no, through the
mm,
years, no, parang
mm.
once mo lang naman din magagamit yon, no? Assuming na hindi ka
Tama.
talaga clumsy.
Yep.
And para ka rin bumili ng ano, bagong phone. So, parang hindi rin worth it, 'di ba?
Mm,
Given lang
yeah.
talaga nagagastos ka kapag nasiraan ka.
Yep. Siguro bagay yung mga yung Apple Protection Plan sa mga taong talagang yeah, that's the word, clumsy.
Mm. Pero knowing the fact, no, yung bagong purple na iPhone, wala naman siyang dinagdag na bagong capability. Still,
No.
it's the same iPhone 12 that we knew, no?
Yes, it's
And
just the color.
just a color. Pero in fairness naman,
Yeah.
the Apple color is really nice. It's very neat.
Yeah, it is. It is nice. I mean, napanood ko yung video nila last week and yeah, ang ganda naman ng kulay and ang dami ding nag nag nag-aabang din sa kulay na 'yan kasi ang dami ding may gusto especially for the ladies out there. Gusto nila yung phone nila instead of lagyan pa nila ng case yun ng purple. So ayun na nga, nilabas na nila is yung purple.
Yes. But of course, sa mga iPhone users out there, no, we strongly recommend all of you to upgrade to the latest iOS na ngayon. Kasi nga, a few
Mhm.
weeks ago, we, ano, no, there was a vulnerability that is actively, ano, exploited. 'Di ba? So for your
Yes, yes.
security, upgrade all your Apple devices. So yung
Tama.
mga paniniwala na babagal or nasisira yung iPhone mo kapag nag-upgrade ka, I think that's not entirely
No,
true.
no, no, that's not true. That's not true. So, um, yung mga iPhone users dyan, if merong update, update nyo agad yung phone nyo
Yeah.
kasi it's for your own good din para hindi nasisira
Yes.
yung phone. If magbagal naman, maybe you guys are puno na siguro yung cloud nyo and nakastock na sa phone nyo. So, check nyo rin yung mga phones nyo, especially sa mga photo albums nyo. Baka may mga hindi naman kailangan na pictures doon, burahin nyo na lang.
Yeah. By the way, iCloud is providing 5 gigabytes, no, of free space. Tama ba?
Free. Yeah, that's free.
Yes.
That's
And
5
beyond that,
giga
you need
free.
to pay Apple, no, monthly fee
Mm-hmm.
for the
Yep.
extra storage, no. And you could take a look
Yes.
at it sa iCloud.com
Mm-hmm.
para, well, ang maganda lang naman kasi doon, no, it automatically syncs the pictures, eh, 'di ba?
Yes.
Well, we have
Yes.
that on Android for the longest time, no.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, before, libre 'yun sa Android, eh. Pag
Mm-hmm.
take ka ng picture sa any Android phone, Google would automatically upload it to Google Photos for free. Pero starting this June
Yes.
yata, no, may
May
bayad na.
bayad na.
So
Okay.
parang
How
nawala na yung
much?
advantage nung, well, if you look at the standard Google plan, no, I think mura lang naman, few hundred bucks.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I think it's worth it naman, no, if you really, ano, kasi maraming cases na minsan either mawala yung phone mo or masira yung phone mo. So you
Mm-hmm.
won't be able to recover yung pictures na napaka-importante sa'yo. So with those services, automatically siya nang upload sa internet. So you don't need to
Mm-hmm.
worry about losing your pictures, no? And at the end of the day, you could also do a manual backup every now and then. So at least yung pinaka high quality photos na meron ka na preserve mo. Kasi at the
Okay.
end of the day, yung ina-upload ni Google sa kanyang Google Photos, especially the free one, is compressed na, eh. Hindi
Mm-hmm.
na siya yung original. Even though
Mm-hmm.
malinaw pa rin,
Mm-hmm.
'di ba?
Yeah.
Well, that's how it works now. Kaya nga parang for me, I'm now open to switch to iOS because wala na yung isa sa mga Which sa sila, I need to pay for both eh,
Mm, mm.
'di ba? So, of course, I think one of the advantage na lang, well, for me, one of the advantage ni iOS, is that mas ano pa rin, compared to Android Store, mas secure pa rin si Apple Store, even though
Mhm,
as a platform as a whole, meron at
mhm.
meron pa ring vulnerabilities. Hindi naman nawawala
Yeah,
yon.
hindi
Nothing is
nawawala
perfect.
'yan.
Nothing is
Yep,
100% secure.
yes,
May
that's
lumulusot
true.
ba kumbaga. Pero
That's
still,
true.
I would naman prefer Apple's privacy stance, no?
Mm,
Especially now, na medyo they have this issue with Epic.
yes.
But anyway, that's not
Mhm.
our topic for today.
Yeah, so we'll make a rundown and then let's break it down yung mga latest na release ni Mac. So I guess let's start it off with the new iMac. So anong
Sige, iMac muna
masasabi mo?
tayo.
Anong masasabi mo, Ed?
I saw the iMac. The colors are beautiful. It's very thin.
Yes.
It's very neat, 'di
Yes.
ba? Ah,
Mhm.
well, ang maganda sa kanya lang ngayon, it's now powered by M1 na processor ni
Mhm.
Apple. So, which makes it faster, no, than the previous generation. Kasi yung mga luma is using the
Intel based.
Intel, 'di ba?
Yeah.
Ngayon,
Yep.
we're in the middle of transition, no, ni Apple from Intel-based na
Mhm.
processor to
Mhm.
Apple's own M1. Actually, may M2 na ngang ginagawa ngayon eh. Under production
Uh,
na, if we're correct.
yes.
And we're
Yes.
expecting M2 to be out next few months, no? With MacBook
Um
Pro.
the 14-inch
14
MacBook
and 16,
Pro.
I think. Hopefully.
Hopefully 16 but ang mga nakikita ko pa lang sa rumors are 14. So
Yes.
medyo ano pa rin ako, medyo at the most medyo disappointed pa rin because nag-upgrade lang sila ng 1 inch lang from their 13-inch MacBook Pro.
Well, still MacBook Pro, no? And to be fair
Mhm.
naman, it's faster. And you can also plug your MacBook Pro or MacBook Air to an external monitor naman. So, if you really need
Yes.
a bigger monitor, then it's not
Mhm.
even a problem. Pero maganda naman
Mhm.
doon, well, like all the previous Mac, no, magaan naman
Mhm.
siya and it's easy to carry around, which is very
Mhm.
important, especially if you're traveling a lot. Now, going back to the
Mhm.
iMac, no, I
Yeah.
like for me, no, very simple yung itsura niya, very minimalistic.
Mhm.
Uh, colors are, well, mas ano sila ngayon, mas bold colors, mas bright colors, no? So
Yeah,
you have the
bright
green, the
colors.
orange, the yellow, the blue,
Yeah, they have
the
red,
typical
yes.
silver, white ba to? Silver?
Yeah, there's the silver.
Silver.
They also have the purple if you want to match it with the new iPhone 12 purple.
Yeah. So actually, kung yung bahay mo, pininturahan mo ng iba't ibang color, bagay siya. Pwede mo na siya i-fit
Bagay.
ngayon, di ba? Ayun, for me
Yes.
lang, the price tag kasi, no, the iMac is, well, right now, it's 24-inch na screen. So, all in one
Mhm.
siya eh. The cheapest
Yep.
available iMac, no, yung Philippine price niya is 73,990.
Yeah, make it 74 to ano.
74.
Yeah.
74,000 pesos. Pero ang ano ko lang is, for me, it's even cheaper just to buy a Mac Mini, no?
Mhm.
Well, at the end of the day, the Mac Mini that was launched lately is still, oh, I mean, they're both using the same M1 processor. They both have
Yes.
8 gigabytes of RAM, 'di ba?
Yes.
The Mac
Yes.
Mini has more ports, I think. Kasi yung sa iMac, the 24-inch na bago, meron siyang apat na USB Type-C na port sa likod. Two
Mhm.
of them
Mhm.
is Thunderbolt 4, if I'm correct,
Yep.
'di
Yeah.
ba?
And pareho din silang 8 core.
Correct ka dyan. Pero the price of the Mac Mini is 37,990. So,
That's the base model.
the base model. So, imagine if you would just buy an external monitor, you could actually spend from 15 to 20,000 or even more if you want for a
Mhm.
better model, no? But at the very least, ang advantage niya is kapag yung, kumbaga, let's say, M2 we're out next few months or maybe
Mhm.
next year,
Yeah.
and significant yung kanyang leap, 'di ba? Yung bilis.
Mhm. Yeah.
Then you just need to shell out maybe half of the price, no? 'Di ba?
Mhm.
Hindi mo kailangang
Yes.
palitan buo. So it's still way cheaper, no, to buy a Mac Mini. The only difference lang kasi is siyempre mas maraming cord. Yun lang
Yes.
naman yung pinagtatalunan eh kasi what I like about what they did with iMac, no, kasi yung power adapter niya isang linya lang. Tapos yung
Mhm.
LAN port can be plugged into the power adapter.
Tama.
So imagine mo,
Minimalist setup.
very minimalist. So yung iMac mo na 24-inch, it's just a plain clean monitor with a built-in
Mhm.
camera already, battle lang sa table mo. Ang
Mhm.
kable lang niyang pababa or palabas, isa lang.
Isa lang talaga siya.
Very clean.
Very
Compare mo sa
clean.
Mac Mini, syempre, you have the HDMI from your Mac Mini to your monitor. You have the
Monitor.
power ng monitor. Then you have a separate power
Yes.
na naman from Mac Mini. So if
Yes.
cables is not really a problem with you,
Mm.
it's highly recommended talaga na just to go with Mac Mini since same specs din naman sila and just
Mhm.
feel free to buy a better monitor, no? Which is you could
Yes.
get a lot of ano naman, good monitor out there, no, from different brands
Mhm.
like Asus,
Mhm. Mhm.
ano pa ba, Samsung, which
Mhm.
is way far cheaper and you actually preserve your investments longer.
Well,
Ayan.
I understand din naman kung bakit pricey si iMac. Yung kino-compare natin ng base model ni iMac and base model ni Mac Mini. Yes, it's true. The base model of the Mac Mini is cheaper than the base model of this new iMac. Pero kasi for this iMac is ang binabayaran mo na kasi dito is the the display, the screen kasi it's a 4.5K Retina display. So it's perfect for artists who do digital drawing, video editing kasi ang ganda talaga ng kulay ng display ng iMac.
Well,
I can attest to that kasi I'm using one sa office, but that one is the older Mac, yung before itong mga
yes.
before, but it's a 27 inch. It's although 5K naman yung resolution niya. So maganda talaga yung kulay niya. No, parang no questions, ang ganda talaga niya. Sharp ang kulay niya. So maybe that's why mahal ang base model ng iMac na to kaysa sa Mac Mini, unless you you have the base model of the Mac Mini, and then if you want to splurge your extra money on your display, well, better get the Apple Pro display screen, which will cost you like 300,000 pesos.
Agree. Pero still, you could just, replace the Mac Mini in the future if you want, 'di
Mm-hmm.
ba?
Yeah.
So it
Mm-hmm.
might be more expensive or well, the reality is it could be more expensive, it could be cheaper depending on how
Mm-hmm.
you actually
Yeah.
work it out, no? I mean, whatever you select yung sa mga available devices. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, for me
Yeah.
kasi importante yung upgradability din eh. Kasi syempre, alam naman natin every year we have a new stuff coming out, 'di ba? And
Yes.
if you're a power user, definitely you always crave for more.
Mm-hmm.
Parang ano 'yan
Mm-hmm.
eh, parang nakaka-addict 'yan eh, 'di ba?
Yes.
Whether
Yes.
you like
Tama.
it or not, talagang you want the fastest, you want parang feeling mo ang hina-hina mo pag hindi na bago yung machine mo.
Yeah, 'di ba? Parang kakabili mo lang last year and then 'pag may nilabas na
Yes.
bago, parang feeling mo ang bagal na nung nabili mo last year
Pero
tapos
that's
parang gusto mo
psychological
nang
naman.
bumili. Yeah,
That's
I know.
purely psychological but uh still for power users kasi malaki yung ano eh
Mhm.
uh importance nung increase nila sa speed eh. Kasi if that is your bread and butter, that's your main job, especially if you're
Yeah.
into multimedia graphics. Well,
Mhm.
every second counts eh, 'di ba?
Yes.
So
Yes.
may benefit, no? And ideally, mababawi mo naman dapat 'yon if you're really on the right industry. Barya lang 'yan,
Mhm.
actually. Tama naman, 'di ba,
Well,
Sai?
yes,
You've
tama
been there,
naman
'di ba, for the
siya.
past 10 years and we're not
Tama
new to that,
naman.
'di
Tama
ba?
naman.
Sabi nga nila, bumili ka na rin, lubos-lubosin mo na.
Tama. Tama naman.
Ayan. Pero actually, just to ano na 'no, to give credit to the iMac na 24-inch, natuwa ako
Mhm.
dun sa camera niya.
Mhm.
Kasi 'di ba it's already a wide angle, I mean wide, lens na camera. And there's a
Yes.
new feature na while you're on the conference or while you are inside the conference call 'no, regardless if it is Teams or whatever software, yung
Mhm.
camera is sumusunod sa'yo. So you could actually move around.
Yes, yes, tama 'yun. Yun yung dinagdag nilang feature dito sa bago nilang iMac computer.
Correct ka diyan. Pero actually the same feature 'no, ginagawa na 'yan ni NVIDIA. Libre
Mhm.
'yon sa mga naka-NVIDIA 2060 and above.
Mhm.
Meron kasing
Ayan.
NVIDIA broadcast sa software. The software is free actually. Aside
Mhm.
from doing noise cancellation and green screen 'no, virtual green
Mhm.
screen,
Mhm.
yung meron siyang isang camera mode na susundan niya yung ano mo, yung ulo mo kung nasaan
Okay.
ka. So, like
Mhm.
if you move to the left konti, yung camera magpa-pan papunta sa left din, parang gano'n.
Yeah, yeah,
Same
yeah.
same, ang difference lang siyempre yung camera na naka-built-in sa iMac na 24-inch is wide lens. Compared dun sa
Yes,
mga
it's
traditional
wide.
na webcam 'no, especially mga built-in sa mga laptop, hindi
Mhm.
siya wide lens even though it works.
No.
So
Yeah,
yun
yeah.
lang yung difference. And by the way, finally it's 1080p.
It is 1080p. Malinaw, palinaw ng palinaw ngayon ng
For the
mga
longest time kasi, in spite of being an expensive device 'no, Apple is sticking to 720p, 'di ba?
yes.
Now it's 1080p. So finally,
Finally,
uh,
just like we're using right now, it's our ROG webcam, which is a 1080p resolution camera webcam.
agree.
Pa.
Well, it serves the purpose, but of course,
Mm,
malapit na yung ating upgrade 'no, to 4K. Lapit-lapit na.
of course.
Very excited about it. But
Mhm,
anyway,
mhm.
so aside
Yeah.
from the iMac 'no, of course, ang iMac kasi all-in-one siya. You would usually see this sa mga offices,
Mhm.
'di ba? Ah,
Yes.
Maano pa siya, eh, sabihin nating, hindi siya gano'ng nakikita masyado sa bahay. For me, pansin ko lang.
Mhm.
Kasi parang sa bahay usually people have more MacBooks and MacBook Air, MacBook Pro,
Yes.
'di ba?
Parang konti pa lang talaga. Sa mga circle of friends ko rin, parang wala pa akong naririnig na they're using an iMac desktop computer sa kanilang bahay. It's either a laptop or a tablet ang gamit nila. Kasi usually, ang mga laptops, pag nasa bahay tayo, we're just using it to binge watch our favorite series or movies on Netflix, or just browsing the web, or just watching it for YouTube. Yun lang. Pero iMac, parang wala pa.
Well, sabi nga nila kasi I mean previously naman kasi iMac is way, way, way more expensive, eh. If you look at the
Yes.
numbers, 'di ba?
Mhm.
So, that's one reason bakit mas konti pa rin yung mga naka-iMac sa bahay.
Mhm.
But meron naman. I mean,
Yeah.
we're not saying wala, but it's not
Mhm.
that common, 'no?
Yeah, yeah. Hindi lang siya common na ginagamit lang sa bahay kasi I just feel that some of PC users out there still prefers the usual desktop computer na sineset up, or whether it's for gaming or ano. Syempre, kung kung like me, hindi naman ako like hardcore gamer, pero I'm planning to set up a PC na will will call this that will suit my like video editing needs, mga ganon.
Mhm. Well, kanya-kanya namang taste din 'yan,
Mhm.
kanya-kanyang, requirements 'no.
Mhm.
But siyempre, one advantage talaga, why you want a Mac 'no, ito naman yung lagi sinasabi ng mga tao, eh, is the
Mhm.
integration.
Yes,
So,
yes.
I think few years back 'no, we saw the first integration ng iPhone to the macOS, 'di ba?
Mhm.
Wherein yung calls mo puwede mo na ilipat, yung text mo nakikita mo na sa laptop mo or desktop mo. So,
Yes, tama ka dun.
yeah, but now, well, they're they're doing their best to enhance it. And with the latest OS, no, the Big Sur, 'di ba?
Yes, that's the Big Sur. I'm not sure lang kasi upgraded my iMac sa office into Big Sur. So nagbago lang talaga yung kasi sa mga later mga mga previous OS is pagka nag-empty ka ng trash, yung ang tunog is parang nag-crumple na papel.
Mm, tama.
Doon iba eh, iba na yung tunog niya eh, para na
Well,
siyang alert
well,
sound yung tunog.
at the end of the day, Big Sur is the first Mac OS, no, na version 11. Hindi na siya
Mhm.
Mac OS X.
Mhm.
And sabi nga, this is their next generation Mac OS, 'di
Mhm.
ba?
Mhm.
And well, there's a lot of features, no, na hindi masyadong nakikita outside the visual na nakikita mo sa Mac OS. One of them
Mhm.
siguro I would like to note yung universal clipboard. Kasi from your iPhone now, you
Mhm.
could copy text and paste it directly to your Mac,
Yes, 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 tama ka
'di
dun.
ba? Well, Windows 10 already have this capability for the longest time. So
Mm.
ngayon, meron na rin si Apple,
Mm.
finally, 'di ba? And it's a good
Yes.
thing kasi syempre, lalo na ngayon, sometimes when we're out, we're doing things on the mobile, then pag uwi sa
Mhm.
bahay,
Mhm.
instead of you do sending it via email or Viber, which nakasanayan, 'di ba? If you want to transfer something to your desktop,
Mhm.
ngayon, pwede nang copy paste diretso na. I mean, it's way, way, way kumbaga straightforward and easier.
Yes, yes. Parang ang nangyayari kasi ngayon, seamless na lahat ng nangyayari.
Yes.
Seamless.
Well, no, Apple is known for that naman, 'di ba? Even like
Mhm.
yung security in terms of security. The
Mhm.
Touch ID is now on iMac, 'di ba? Yung keyboard, meron na siyang biometric scanner doon sa upper right
Yes.
corner. And
Yep.
it works wirelessly, no, to your
Yes.
iMac, which is actually a good thing. Well, once again, that capability is already available sa Windows 10 for the longest time. It's called Windows Hello. But
Mhm.
yes, now iMac has a biometric login finally.
Mhm.
Kailan
And you can unlock your MacBook Pro or your Mac Air. You can unlock it via your phone or your watch.
well, that's a good thing. And
Mm.
actually malaking tulong 'yun, no, kasi yung along with the iOS 14.5 ba 'yon if I remember correctly.
Mhm.
Siyempre 'di ba madalas 'pag nasa labas ka nakamask ka. So you can now unlock
Yes.
your phone via
Mhm.
your Apple Watch, 'di ba?
Yes, you can unlock
Kaya nga
anything,
kaya nga
any.
sinasabi natin always upgrade guys kasi you're missing a
Mhm.
lot of capabilities that are now available.
Yes. 'Di ba? Upgrade
'Yun,
lang kayo kasi nga kahit kahit hindi kayo masyadong techy, lalabas na lalabas na techy kayo kasi sa mga updates ni Mac kasi nga
tama, tama.
high-tech siya eh. Sobrang high-tech niya pag ginawa niyo 'yun.
Agree,
Lalo na if
agree.
if you're using an iPhone and then you have an Apple Watch and then you have a Mac laptop or computer. Once you're in the Apple ecosystem, everything is seamless. Everything is minimalist talaga. Yun, yun lang yung masasabi ko.
Well,
And I'm going back here sa iMac na to. I've seen their video. So, yeah, it's 24-inch and then no more USB ports. It's all USB-C ports now. And
yes.
what I like about this is the previous iMac, yung auxiliary port niya is nasa likod.
Mhm.
Ngayon, nilagay na nila sa when you're facing the screen, nasa left side na siya. Hindi siya nasa likod, nasa side na siya nung mismong screen. Kahit sabi mong manipis yung screen na yon, nandun na yung auxiliary port para
Which is actually
saksak
good, no?
nyo. Yes.
Kasi siyempre hindi naman lahat ng headset malayo yung kable, eh, 'di ba?
Mhm.
I mean
Mhm.
mahaba yung kable. And some
Yes.
of us are even using yung mga extender, which is
Mhm.
very ang pangit tignan.
Mhm. Mhm.
Well, kaya ka nga
That,
nag-Apple minsan kasi 'di ba one reason kasi you want it to be clean, you want it to be neat,
yes,
perfectly
tama.
aligned, you know.
Tama. Tama. And
Perfection, parang gano'n.
and maybe the downside about this Mac iMac is yung power, yung power port.
Nasa likod.
No, yung previous iMac nasa likod siya. But this time, this new iMac, magnetic yung power cord niya.
The power cord, yes.
It's already magnetic.
And it's easier
So,
to plug in, no, compared to sa previous generation ng iMac na kailangan mo talagang i-push konti. So, magnetic, lapit mo lang,
yeah,
didikit siya.
yeah, yeah. But the downside is, medyo madali na siguro siyang mahatak. I'm not sure, kunyari, nailagay mo siya sa isang lugar na like pwede siyang matanggal ng madali since it's already magnetic, 'di ba? Unlike dun sa previous model na ano siya dun sa loob niya it's like a three-prong outlet
Tama.
tapos isasaksak mo dun. So medyo maano pa siya, medyo mahirap pa siyang hatakin.
Correct,
Pero
correct.
now, this is a magnetic one, so not bad. Pero it's just the the design maybe, baka mas madali siyang matanggal, lalo na if kunyari nasa office and yung table mo tapos may na trip or may naghugot ng
Well,
ng wire and nadali yung wire mo. So yeah, siguro it's yun yung mga small things na nakikita ko, and especially the mouse, the new Magic Mouse. Actually, hindi ko alam kung bakit ginawa ni Apple 'yon. Cause I have the first version of the Magic Mouse. It's powered by two AA battery. So it's either rechargeable or you can buy Energizer batteries just to use the mouse. But ngayon, their new Magic Mouse are rechargeable na, built-in na. Pero ayoko lang sa ginawa nila is if naglobat yung mouse mo, yung Thunderbolt charging niya is nasa ilalim. So
well,
how will you use the mouse when you're charging? So syempre, titigil yung work mo.
well,
Unlike
tama ka dyan.
yung sa keyboard, it's okay kasi nasa likod. You can still use the keyboard. Pero
Correct.
yung mouse, I'm really not sure why Apple did that. Why Apple? Why?
Oo nga naman. Why nga, Apple? Tanong natin sa mga taga-Apple dyan. And hopefully, we would get some good replies from them, no? Well,
So,
at the end
ano
of the
pa
day,
ba?
you're not naman forced to use Magic Mouse, eh. For the longest time, I'm using a Logitech mouse for Mac. So, it's
Mhm.
working fine. And for me, parang mas natutuwa pa nga ako sa ordinary mouse being used on Mac kasi ako kasi nasanay ako may right click eh.
Yung nakahiwalay yung right click, right?
Yes. So, parang mas natural sa akin na may right click yung mouse button. I
Mm,
mean, yung mouse ko may right click button. So,
mhm.
kanya-kanyang preference talaga yan. Some people
Yeah.
would say, oh, mas sanay sila sa Magic Mouse.
Mhm.
But still, di ba? Well, still a mouse, it works. If you like it, buy it.
Yes.
If you don't like it,
Yes.
then get
Then don't.
something else. You don't need to force yourself to buy the Magic Mouse.
Yes. So, what's next sa mga ni-release nila?
Well,
So, we've got the iMac.
the iMac
So,
is ano eh, kumbaga they spend majority of the time on iMac. But of course, hindi pwedeng makalimutan yung iPad Pro.
yes, alam
I
kong
I I, wa-
gustong-gusto mo na siya.
I was blown away with the presentation of iPad Pro, and we'll get that as soon as it's out.
Yes, now they expanded their capacity. The previous iPad Pro, the 2020 iPad Pro, their biggest capacity is 1 terabyte. But with the new iPad Pro, this 2021 iPad Pro, they've extended it up to 2 terabytes of storage
Tama
capacity.
ka dyan, no? And I smell something fishy there, no? Kasi for an iPad Pro, which is technically, or is it really competing directly with MacBook Pro? or MacBook,
I don't know.
'di ba?
Maybe, maybe
Kasi
not.
for the first time in history, we got an iPad Pro with 16 gig of RAM.
Yeah.
And knowing all the apps no that is running on iPad Pro right now,
hmm
is there any app that would literally utilize that big amount of RAM?
Of the iPad Pro.
Yeah, the 16 gig.
Well, yes. Because some of the people out there, especially the people, like music producers, um, like film content creators. Let's say content creators. Kasi ginagamit na rin nila ang iPad Pro, like sa mga music producer. Merong app for the iPad Pro na pwede ka mag-produce ng music. And then there's an editing app na pwede mong pwede ka mag-edit ng videos using the tablet, which is the LumaFusion. I have it on my 9.7 iPad tablet,
Mm.
which is that's a 2016 version of the iPad. So meron ako nun, and it's good kasi all you need, naka-iPhone ako, and my iPhone is shooting on a 4K resolution. AirDrop ko lang dun sa tablet ko, and I can edit straight on the tablet. And I can also export from the tablet. I can upload it sa YouTube using the tablet. So that's it. It's I mean, iPad Pro is parang becoming a laptop, a workhorse na rin eh. Parang pumapantay na tong bagong iPad Pro sa I'm not gonna say pumapantay na talaga siya literally with the MacBook Pro kasi knowing MacBook Pro, powerful talaga ang MacBook Pro. Pero for a tablet na makapag-illustrate ka, makapag-video edit ka, I mean, sinong mag-aakalang sa isang tablet magagawa mo lahat 'yun?
Well, I think now for the longest time naman it's already possible, no? It's just that we're talking about the speed, 'di ba? Kasi
Mm.
most of the time before when we talk about video editing, matagal yung rendering eh, especially if your computer is slow, 'di ba?
Mm.
And that's
Mm.
common for mga Windows laptop for the longest time. Kasi nga
Yes.
if you look at the video card, no, na karamihan ng mga tablet, no, these are all
Mm.
usually Intel lang na built-in video card, mga integrated one, which is
Tama.
not really that good, no, in terms of video editing, no. Playback,
Mhm.
it's okay, but editing is a different story. So it takes more time for you to actually render a video. And
Yes,
the good
yes.
thing with the M1, no, it literally, ano eh, uh, sabi nga nila, it's 50% faster than the previous iPad Pro.
50% more faster, right?
Yes, and the old iPad Pro is, I think, using the A13 Bionic, if I'm correct.
Um, I think it's a
A14 or
14
A13?
Bionic. A14 Bionic.
A14. Okay. Well, 50% is a great leap forward, no? And
Ang laki nun, ah.
yes, but well, for the longest time, what I like most about iPad then is once again, it's the Apple screen, eh,
The
their new screen, 'di ba?
liquid retina display.
Yes,
I mean,
it's really
liquid.
the best in the industry, no? And even yung mga some of the competitors, no, cannot really compete, no? Actually,
Mhm.
it's not just because of the hardware, eh. It's also because of the software. Like you mentioned, the LumaFusion, it's really a good software for video editing. And
Mhm.
I mean, if you compare it to an equivalent sa Android, 'di ba? Usually
Mhm.
naman kalaban ng iPad tablets is really those Android tablets out there, no? There are
Mhm.
actually
Yeah.
editing software, but it's not as comprehensive or as stable
Mhm.
as LumaFusion, no? And the
Mhm.
workflow itself also is totally different, 'di ba?
Yes, yes. Yes.
Tsaka ang ano kasi well, ngayon magkakaroon na rin si Android ng parang pantapat sa AirDrop, if I am
Mhm.
correct. But
Mhm.
now pa lang 'yon, soon.
Mhm.
And
Okay.
not all devices would have it on launch, 'di ba? So,
Mhm.
once again, the integration really works well with iPad Pro and the iPhone, no?
Mhm.
'Di ba?
Yeah.
Pero the price is I think the new iPad is if you're looking at the 2 terabyte version, that would be at around 130 plus. That
Roughly 129 because it's 128,990, so 129. But if you're gonna get the 12.9 inch iPad Pro, which is ako gusto ko talaga yung malaking display kasi mas nakikita ko yung details nung ginagawa ko.
yep,
If you're gonna get the 11 inch, you'll be splurging at around 112,000 pesos for the 11 inch.
112,000.
And that's for the 2 terabyte already.
Pero just to be clear, no, the iPad Pro 2021 edition, meron
Hmm.
siyang Wi-Fi only, meron siyang with 5G cellular, and there's a price
Yes.
difference.
Yes, there is a price difference from the Wi-Fi and the Wi-Fi plus a cellular. So, yan yung lalagyan nyo ng SIM card.
Yes, napaka-perfect 'yan 'no, especially lagyan mo ng GoMo SIM na walang expiry yung loads, 'di ba? O
Yes,
kaya if
yes,
you have
tama.
a postpaid plan like sa Globe,
Hmm.
Platinum, much better kasi
Yes.
it's really fast, 'di ba? You get to
Yes.
access the internet directly from your,
Hmm.
iPad Pro. And I think puwede mo
Yeah,
na siya i-tether, 'di ba? So your iPad
pwede.
Pro now would become your, Wi-Fi hotspot.
Yes,
So it's a good thing
that's
din.
correct. That's
Pero
correct.
just remember then when you buy the iPad Pro, hiwalay yung keyboard and the pencil, the Apple Pencil.
Yes, and the Apple Pencil, hindi naman sila nag-upgrade. So, it's ang latest pa rin nila is the Apple Pencil 2, which is priced at around 7,000
7,000.
yeah,
Napakamahal ang lapis 'no?
pesos.
Nung nag-aaral tayo yung Mongol ano lang, magkano lang. Ngayon yung
Tama.
Apple Pencil, 7,000 pesos, 'di ba? So,
Eh,
napakasuwerte ng mga bata ngayon.
Sobra, parang sabi ko, bakit paisip ako, bakit wala na ito nung high school ako, parang bakit wala pang tablet, and bakit yung mga study modules natin kailangan pa nating pa-photocopy or
They were actually
i-print pa
carrying
sa bahay natin.
I remember when I was at high school, we're carrying at least 11 thick books, 'di ba? On a backpack or yung uso pa dati, 'di ba? Hinahatak mo yung ano,
Yeah,
may trolley,
yes.
'di ba? Now,
Mhm,
I'm seeing a lot of schools, no, slowly adapting yung pure digital ano,
mhm, mhm.
curriculum. In fact,
Yeah,
they are requiring students to have their own tablet, no? And
yeah.
the books, no, in digital format is already preloaded during the enrollment to those tablets. So,
Yes, yes.
isang tablet lang bitbit mo, hindi makukuba yung ating mga anak or mga kids, 'di ba?
Tama, tama naman 'yon.
And of course, one of the advantage now dahil pandemic, they're able to
Mhm.
do uh webcam, I mean conference, no, to do remote
Yes,
learning, which is very important
yes.
kasi kahit sabihin mong may vaccine ka na, it's really still ano very
Mhm.
dangerous to go out.
Still dangerous. We'll never know.
Yes, exactly the reason why tumaas ang sales ng iPad Pro this year. 'Di ba? Apple
Yes.
just announced their quarterly performance, 'di ba? And
Mhm.
they had a good numbers. So
Yeah.
congratulations to Apple, no?
Mhm. And I remember, may nagtatanong sa akin, like, kilala mo rin 'to, eh, we've been covering her team nung volleyball days pa niya. So, nagtanong siya sa akin, sabi niya, it's like, "Kuya Sai, gusto kasi ng anak ko ng tablet kasi gusto niyang mag-drawing gusto niya maging digital artist." I mean, her daughter is like, I don't know, 10, 11, so bata pa. And then sabi ko, sorry, but bias ako, eh. So I'm gonna recommend you Apple brand. So
Mm.
sinabi ko, how much is your budget? And then sinabi niya, max 30K max. So sabi ko, maybe get the 8th gen iPad. Ano na siya, 10-inch na siya. Um, Compatible na rin siya sa Apple Pencil first gen, and yun, download ka na lang ng free apps for drawing, for sketching, and that's it. Ano ka pa, hindi pa max out or hindi mo masasakto yung 30,000 kasi how much ang 8th gen na iPad? It's around like 20 25 ang pinakamahal na nun.
Well, there's
And
an
then,
iPad
'di ba?
mini. The iPad mini would cost you at around 23,990.
Ayun, ay 23. And this one is 24 and it
'Di
has a
ba?
10-inch display na. So if
Yeah. The iPad mini
magdo-drawing,
kasi
'di
is
ba?
7.9 inch eh.
It's too small
Yeah.
for drawing.
The iPad naman, 10.2 inch is 18,990.
Yung base ano nila.
Yes. Then we have the iPad Air, which is a little bit beyond the 30,000 range. It's
Mhm.
33,990 and it has
Mhm.
10.9 inch na liquid retina display.
Yes. So it's like a ano eh, yung iPad Air is like a not really downgraded pero a little bit down pero ano rin siya eh. iPad Pro din siya kasi.
Bottom line, they're all running iPad OS. So whatever apps na
Yes.
tatakbo sa iPad Pro would also work with those
Mhm.
lower versions ng iPad, which is
Mhm.
very well, which actually it's good for the consumer, no? You have multiple devices. So
Mhm.
in case that you actually bought a software for previous version of iPad, then you suddenly upgrade it to a new one, you actually
Mhm.
carry it over to your new iPad without spending
Yes.
another no, kumbaga
That's correct.
centavo, 'di ba?
That's correct.
And of
Yeah.
course, hindi lang naman yun yung highlight ng iPad Pro for this 2021 eh. They're actually boasting about the AR capability, the audio
Mhm.
capability, which is, well, we all know naman, the iPad audio is really good na before pa, but I think
Yes.
it's way, way better now.
The previous iPad Pro which na meron silang LiDAR scan if you wanna do augmented reality kunyari sa condo unit mo and bibili ka ng couch from let's say IKEA. I mean, makikita mo na siya doon eh. Visualize mo na kung ano magiging itsura nitong couch na to pag nilagay ko yan dito. I mean, it's the parang virtual reality pero ngayon hawak mo na siya, makikita mo na siya, mas visualize mo ngayon siya kaysa
Tama,
dati.
tama. And that's very useful, no, for some, ano, for example, sa mga architects or engineers,
Mhm.
no,
Yes.
because of the accuracy of the LiDAR scanner, you would be
Mhm.
able to use app that measures the actual size of, let's say, a room,
Mhm.
'di ba? Very useful.
Yes.
And for
Very
gamers
useful.
naman, there are actually games no that utilizes those
Mhm.
technology. I think I saw
Mhm.
some demo from Apple. It's just that
Mhm.
hindi lang nga siya ganung pumatok, 'di
Mhm.
ba? Kasi I mean, you don't see a lot of people playing with their iPads eh. Usually it's mostly used for work or more on social media.
Yes. Tama. Tama naman. Tama ka doon. And my verdict for this new iPad Pro for 2021 is it's just the chip that's new. Other than that, it's still the same from the previous. The design, um, yun lang. The performance is 50% more faster than the previous iPad. But yeah, and that's it. I mean, if you still have your 2020 iPad Pro, whether it's the 11 or the 12 inch, it's still good. You're still good. Whether you're video editing, you're a digital artist drawing or illustrating, the 2020 iPad Pro is still good. So for me, no need to buy muna yung 2021 na iPad Pro.
Well, I totally
Yun.
agree, no? If you don't have the previous version, okay lang bumili
Mm-hmm.
because it's really fast. But if you have the
Yes.
older version, I think,
Mm-hmm.
and if you could wait, just wait kasi M2 is coming out anytime soon, no? Most
Mm-hmm.
probably for iPad Pro, it will be next year na. Kasi they just launched the iPad Pro with M1 few weeks
Mm-hmm.
ago, 'di
Mm-hmm.
ba? So,
Yeah.
kumbaga, we're in the middle of ano eh, kaka-launch lang. So, the iPad Pro will be officially out next few weeks, this mid-May,
Mm-hmm.
no?
Yeah, mid-May.
Pero
Or sabihin na
hopefully,
nating sabihin nating June or July since Philippines is like 2-3 months behind sa mga releases ng Apple.
tama ka naman diyan. And actually, we're actually expecting a shortage, no? It was already announced by Apple, 'di ba? That we
Mm-hmm.
expect a shortage ng mga iPad Pro. because
Yeah.
of the global chip shortage that we're experiencing right now, thanks to
Yes.
COVID and other challenges, no, that we're experiencing.
Yeah. Thank you, COVID. Thank you for ruining our lives.
Yes. But that's okay. I mean, importante we're all safe and sound, no? 'Di ba?
Tama naman.
At
Tama.
hindi natin nakakalimutan ng ating mga friends, family, siyempre si
That's right.
Lord, 'di ba?
That's the
Importante
most
'yan.
important
Pero
thing.
siyempre, kung ikaw ay makakalimutin ka sa mga
Ah.
gamit mo, 'di ba? May solusyon si
Yep.
Apple diyan eh, 'di
Yeah.
ba?
AirTag.
We're actually hearing it for the past few years, no?
Yeah. Yeah.
Samsung already launched their own version of AirTag.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Apple just just announced their version, no? And
Mm-hmm.
nothing fancy, it's just a small keychain, no, that allows
Yes.
you to find
To track.
to track, no? Like yung susi mo, yung bag mo,
Wallet.
wallet mo, 'di ba? Using your Find My iPhone app ba yung gamit,
Yes. Find
'di
my
ba?
find
So
my.
it
Yeah.
works seamlessly integrated naman. Ang
Mm-hmm.
concern lang naman kasi ng mga tao diyan like what if nanakaw yung ano mo, bag mo with your
Mm-hmm.
AirTag
Mm-hmm.
and there's a mechanism yata to allow the disabling of that AirTag, no, if needed. Kasi merong
Mm-hmm.
mga cases na kumbaga kailangan mo talaga siya i-reconfigure or something like that, 'di
Yes.
ba?
Yep.
Pero I think Apple already answered those things, no? They have thought of
Yes.
it. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't see it as a problem naman. And medyo
Mm-hmm.
mahal ba si AirTag?
It's a ano ba? It's mga 1.7 kasi it's like mga 25 to $30. Ganun ang isa. But they have this parang pack, apat siya na AirTags na it cost $100 pero apat na siya.
Hmm. Well, sulit
So
na
it's
rin, no?
like roughly mga 5,000 plus for
Mm.
yung sa isang package na 4 AirTags na yun.
Yes. Pero siyempre, how does it work ba? Parang is it using 5G or 4G? The answer is actually no, no?
No,
Ah,
no. It doesn't need to be yung cellular or data.
yes.
It's like ano para siyang satellite based or GPS based na
Actually, hindi rin.
ano siya eh.
If I'm not mistaken, it's using the other iPhones, no, in your area to track it.
I mean,
Pag wala ang signal
pag
or
walang signal.
pag di ka malapit dun sa
Mhm.
AirTag mo, like for example, you left it maybe sa coffee shop, 'di ba?
Mhm. Mhm.
So maybe in that coffee shop, somebody is using iPhone that is connected to the internet. So that AirTag would actually ping that iPhone. Malalaman ngayon ng server ni Apple, oy, it's there. Tapos nag-find my
Mhm.
iPhone ka, kahit malayo ka na, nakikita mo pa rin siya.
Yeah. Before pa kasi nila ilabas tong AirTags na to, like me, nakalimutan ko yung what's this? Yung AirPods ko sa kotse nung friend ko. So hindi rin niya alam. So nakauwi siya. Nag-Find My ako. Ginamit ko yung app na Find My. And na-detect yung AirPods ko no nandun sa place nung kasi nakatira yung office mate ko, yung friend ko. So I just messaged him na parang, "Hey bro, I think I forgot my AirPods sa kotse mo." And nung tinignan nga niya, nandun nga, naiwan ko siya.
Mm. Pero the AirTag is actually powered by a battery sa loob na hindi
Yeah.
siya rechargeable per se. Para siyang
Eh,
gumagamit ng ano eh, ng battery ng watch
yeah.
CR2032.
Mhm, mhm. Yeah,
So that's how it is powered up, no? And it's quite
yeah.
small, no? Parang keychain lang nga talaga siya.
It is. And if I think if bumili ka, meron nata siyang kasamang case. And then if you want a more designer parang case do sa AirTags mo, syempre sold separately na 'yon. And the AirTag, meron ding ginawa ang AirTag na Hermes version. So,
Wow.
I mean, pagka nakakita ako nung nakawala, kahit di ko na kunin yung AirTag, yung leather na lang na Hermes ang kukunin ko. Or yeah, bakit ko pa iwan yung AirTag? Di kunin ko na lang both. De, joke lang.
Ganun talaga. Well, by the way, yung AirTag kasi meron siyang built-in speaker na maliit. So yun yung
Mm.
parang pwede mo siyang gamitin to sound an alert na, "Hey, I'm
Mm.
here," parang
Yeah.
gano'n.
Yes.
So it's
Tama.
very nice, very helpful for people na madalas makalimutan. Ang actually number one na nakakalimutan ng tao, susi at wallet,
Keys. Yeah. I mean, car keys or house keys.
'di ba? Even yung mga
Ganon.
bags, eh.
Bags. I mean,
Actually,
yung
one good
mga sling
idea,
bag.
like yung mga gamit nung anak mo or mga
Mhm.
bata, 'di ba? Lagyan mo ng Apple AirTag, at least gagaan na 'yan. Malalaman mo nasaan, 'di ba? Hindi mo
Laman
ma-track
mo,
yung
no?
anak mo, baka ma-track mo sila through their items,
Yeah.
'di ba?
Tama.
Like do you
Tama
want to
yan.
know, o yung anak mo ba pumasok sa school or nasa loob ba ng school? Ayan. Meron ng new purpose yung AirTag, 'di lang siya panghanap ng nawawalang susi.
But I remember, Ed, these kids na nasa era ngayon ng mga gantong gadgets, alam din nila yan. So, you'll
Well,
never know.
it's just hanging in their bags.
Well, they can like remove it and place it somewhere na akala mo nandun siya pero wala pala siya doon.
Mhm.
I mean, these kids now, they know this. I mean, they know these gadgets kasi pinanganak. I mean, lalo na yung mga bata ngayon, mga teens pa lang ngayon. I mean, alam na nila 'tong mga 'to. So, alam mo 'yun,
Agree,
pwede,
agree.
'di ba?
Well, at the end of the day, it's not the main purpose of AirTag, but
Yeah.
it's nice to have though.
Mhm.
And we're expecting a lot more from Apple for the next few months because sabi nga
Yes.
natin, the M2 processor of Apple, the ARM-based, no? Hindi na siya Intel, by the way. Sa
Nope,
mga
not
viewers
Intel anymore.
natin, goodbye Intel for Apple. And
Mhm.
by the way, M2 is going to be out. We're expecting something this quarter 3 or 4. Sabi nga
I'm
natin
pretty
kanina,
sure
MacBook
Q4.
Pro ang unang gagamit ng M2, which is actually fair enough kasi MacBook Pro is traditionally more powerful than the MacBooks and the MacBook Air, 'di ba?
Yeah, kaya nga siya tinawag na Pro.
Yes.
They wouldn't call it Pro for no reason.
We just don't know how fast M2 would be. Is it really
Mhm.
another 50% increase from
Mhm.
M1? And that
Mhm.
would, make you feel regret. I mean, you would feel regretting buying your M1. Parang ganon.
Okay. Yeah.
Kasi syempre ang sakit, eh.
So,
You just
yeah.
spend 100,000 plus to buy an M1 device tapos suddenly
Yes.
after few weeks biglang M2. After few
Mhm.
months may M3 na. Alam mo na, 'di ba?
Well, it's still at the end of the day, it's still sales strategy para makabenta ng products. That's why
Agree,
they're doing it.
agree. Well, at the end of the day, if if you have the budget, you could buy it.
Mhm.
Uh, ano naman siya eh. Kumbaga, it's expensive but you get what for I mean you get what you're paying for, 'di ba? Yun yung concept for me
Yeah,
when buying Apple. And
and
of
Apple
course,
kasi is premium.
yes, expect to spend more if masira siya.
Yeah.
Yun lang yung pinaka bottom line at yun lang din yung maipapayo natin sa ating mga viewers, 'di ba?
Yes, and yun. I think we're like almost at the end of our show. So
Yes.
your verdict, Ed. So is it worth buying the new iMac, the new iPhone 12 color, and the AirTag?
Well, isa-isahin ko lang, no?
Mm-hmm.
iPhone 12 is still the latest right now, but just few more months, no? We're getting the iPhone 13. We're expecting that
Mm-hmm.
already. So,
Yep.
typical yearly the annual refresh. So, if you could
Mm-hmm.
still wait, just
Mm-hmm.
wait. iPhone 13 is expected to be a big leap, no? Compared
Yeah.
to iPhone 12.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, that's for the iPhone. But if you
Mm-hmm.
like the color purple or cannot wait, then go. Nobody's stopping
Okay.
you guys. 'Di ba? If
Yes.
you really want it, go. Then pag lumabas si iPhone 13, benta mo yung 12 mo, bili ka ng 13. Pwedeng gano'n.
Yeah,
Now,
pwede.
'di ba? Why
Yep.
stop yourself from buying if you want it? If you have the spare money to buy it, 'di ba?
Tama.
Yun lang 'yon. But of course, the competitor is like Samsung, maganda rin naman yung phone nila. I mean,
Yep.
at par naman. I'm not saying pangit. It's
Mm-hmm.
actually at par eh. It's just a matter of preference kung saan ka sanay. 'Di ba? Like me, I'm more into Android ecosystem because I feel
Mm-hmm.
more flexible siya for me, 'di ba, in what
Okay.
I'm doing. But
Okay.
yeah, of course, if you really want the integration of Apple, no, the seamless integration of all devices ni Apple. Kaya nga
Mhm.
yung iba, 'di ba, lahat Apple devices, wala nang iba.
Yes.
And it
Yep.
works naman. I mean, that's how Apple works.
Mhm.
Then of course, for iMac, it's nice to have, but if you are more conscious about the budget and future upgrades, then just go with Mac Mini. Then just
Mhm.
buy an external monitor that is good for you. That's
Mhm.
my kumbaga suggestion. But of course, nothing stopping you from buying the iMac 24
Yeah.
inch,
Yeah.
'di ba? Once again, if you have the money, buy it. Don't hold it. I know
Tama.
it's hard,
It's
'di
hard.
ba? But of course, it's quite expensive machine, 'di ba? Hindi siya mura.
Yeah.
Kasi if you are really using it for right now, 'di ba, uso ang home study for your
Yep.
anak or pamangkin
Yes.
or 'di ba? Overkill yung
Yes.
iMac.
Overkill talaga.
Overkill kasi at the end of the day, you're spending how much? 70 plus thousand base.
Mm. And then
Tapos it
ganun
would last
lang.
for how many years, 'di ba?
Mm.
Sayang. If you're just
Yes.
going to use it for Zoom, just buy
No.
an ordinary PC,
Yeah, tama.
'di ba? Or sometimes nga even that cheaper tablet eh. If you really want a better tablet na mas responsive or mas smooth, get the Samsung
Mm.
one,
Yeah, tama.
right? Meron din siyang pen.
Mhm.
And I would say it's still at par in terms of performance. It's at par with the iPad Pro. Of course, the only
Mhm.
difference is the software.
Yeah, tama.
Then,
And
sige, ano yun, Sai?
before pala mag-end, I've medyo napansin ko lang 'to. My sister owns the 2019 MacBook Pro 13-inch with a touch bar.
Okay,
Uh, it's a 256 gigabyte capacity,
okay.
and she bought it for 114,000.
Which is normal price for an Mac?
MacBook Pro,
Yeah,
the 13-inch, and touch bar na yan.
yes.
And then my dad bought one, which is the 13-inch, the
The
newer,
M1.
the M1, the 13-inch M1. It has a 512 gigabyte capacity,
Mm-hmm.
and it's only 80 80 plus, much cheaper.
Well,
Knowing na mas powerful to, which is with the M1 chip, pero with the Intel chip, the 2019 MacBook Pro, nasa 114 siya, knowing na mababa yung storage capacity
actually,
comparing sa ano.
tama ka dyan, Sai, no? Actually, nagulat nga din ako sa pricing ng M1 na MacBook 13
Mhm.
inch. But it's a
Mhm.
good thing for us kasi it's cheaper and it's more powerful.
Is it because sila na yung nagpo-produce ng sarili nilang chip, kaya mas cheaper ngayon ng mga laptops?
Well, it could be. Well, at the end of the day, you control everything eh.
Mhm.
If you look at the specs naman, it's
Mhm.
across the board naman they have upgraded a lot of things, 'di ba?
Mhm.
It's not hindi naman siya yung walang nagbago eh. So,
Mhm.
it could be it could be because of the supply chain.
Mhm. Kasi
And
hindi na nila ina-outsource yung chip nila dahil sila na gumagawa. Is it kaya siguro mas mura na siya ng onti?
well, definitely you
Mm.
don't pay Intel
Okay.
anymore and
Okay.
it could play a major ano eh.
Yeah.
Uh
Okay.
not to mention we're already experiencing chip shortage, 'di ba? For the past
Mhm.
few years na nga eh, 'di ba?
Yeah. Yep.
And syempre, law of supply and demand. If you have less
Mhm.
supply, then you pay more to get it
Mm.
first, 'di ba?
Yeah. Yes. Tama.
So that could be happening. And
Mhm.
of course, we don't know yet the real reason behind, no? It's just a
Mhm.
wild guess, 'di ba?
Yeah.
But anyway, the last part, no? My verdict about iPad Pro.
Mhm.
Well, as I mentioned earlier, if you have the 2020 edition, stick to it
Do not.
kasi
Yeah.
pwedeng
Stick.
lumabas na yung iPad Pro na naka M2 early next year. That's what
Mm-hmm.
I expect. But if
Yeah.
you don't have an iPad before, then
Mm-hmm.
and if you want iPad, go buy it. It's
Yeah,
nice.
it's a big leap.
It's a big leap. 50% increase in speed. You love the screen. You love the audio. Well,
Yeah.
we're getting iPads for everybody. So just wait for it.
Yes, yes. And ano pa lang 'yan, parang 'di ba sa ano patikim pa lang ni Apple 'to kasi isipin niyo nasa pagitna pa lang tayo ng 2021.
Yep,
Meron pa 'yan. Pag
tama ka
patapos
dyan.
na ang year, ito naglalabas ng mga
Two more events.
'yan yung
Two
mga
more events.
ano magagandang ginagawa ni Mac eh. As
Hindi,
in paglalaway ka talaga eh. I
kaya nga
mean,
eh. Well,
minsan hindi mo alam kung bakit dapat ko bang binili na 'to kasi meron pa sila lalabas and well, we'll expect it. It's a yearly thing na eh. It doesn't matter
agree.
if Apple ba yan or Samsung yan or kung ano man brand yan eh. Everything's upgrading yearly.
Agree, agree. Sabi nga natin eh, if you really want it, don't wait, just buy it. But if you have the old one, and we're talking about May 2021 so hold muna kasi parating na rin yung M2 which is a bigger leap.
Tama.
So ano lang yan, syempre our recommendation would be time-based din, di ba? So pwedeng
Mhm.
next week, kanausap mo ulit ako, iba na yung
Mhm.
sasabihin ko kasi by that time, iba na yung situation.
Yep.
'Di ba?
Yeah.
And as we get more info coming in, of course, that would also affect our recommendation. Kaya
Yeah.
laging tutok lang sa Tech and Ed. Ayan.
Tama. Tama ka doon. And yun. That's it. We've reached the end of our show again.
Yes, another 1 hour no ng makabuluhang usapan all about tech. Dito lamang
Yep.
'yan sa Tech and Ed Tech Talks. Of course,
Yes.
once again, this is Edison Gotan.
And I'm Cyrus Sofina.
See you again on our next episode. Goodbye, guys.
Bye.